Imagine a sacred text that claims to fill the gaps left by the Bible, a book that offers deeper secrets about creation, hidden laws, and untold stories of humanity's earliest ancestors. Such a book exists, the Book of Jubilees, also known as Little Genesis, but this book has been largely excluded from the Christian canon, preserved only in certain traditions, like the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The Book of Jubilees presents itself as an expanded version of Genesis, revealing not only the origins of the universe, but also the heavenly order that governs all things. Unlike the mainstream Bible, which many know well, Jubilees claims that humanity has missed vital details about creation, time, and divine laws. It's a book that dares to tell us we are out of sync with God's original plan, and that by restoring this order, we can achieve a closer relationship with the divine. Why was this book left out of most versions of the Bible? And what kind of information could be so radical that early church leaders felt the need to suppress it? In today's video, we're going to uncover the secrets of the Book of Jubilees, exploring why it presents such a challenge to traditional biblical teachings. From the creation of angels to the mysteries of the sacred calendar, we'll examine the cosmic perspective that Jubilees offers. Let's take this journey together and dive into the fascinating world of Jubilees. The Book of Jubilees is a text like no other. Believed to have been written around the 2nd century BCE, this book offers an expanded retelling of the Book of Genesis. But Jubilees doesn't simply repeat familiar stories, it reinterprets them with new insights, adding a cosmic dimension to humanity's origins and history. Often referred to as Little Genesis, the Book of Jubilees serves as a window into ancient religious beliefs and practices that differ from those of mainstream Christianity and Judaism. In Jubilees, each chapter corresponds to a jubilee, or a 49-year period, dividing human history into a series of divinely ordered cycles. The book outlines how angels played an integral role in these cycles, revealing secrets and enforcing divine laws. More than just a chronological account, Jubilees positions itself as a revelation of the divine order, suggesting that everything in existence has been preordained and is governed by a cosmic schedule. This perspective raises an intriguing question. What if our lives and events are part of a larger divine plan, one that was set in motion long before humanity's arrival? The Book of Jubilees suggests that understanding this cosmic framework could lead us to a more profound connection with God. A sacred calendar, the foundation of time. The Book of Jubilees reveals one of its most controversial claims early on, that humanity has been following the wrong calendar. Unlike the lunar calendar that many ancient cultures, including the Israelites, observed, Jubilees insists on a solar calendar consisting of 364 days, structured into 4 equal seasons of 91 days each. This calendar, according to the book, is divinely ordained and overseen by heavenly angels. In Jubilees, time is not just a human construct. It's a sacred element of creation itself. Each day, month, and season is purposefully arranged to reflect God's order. The solar calendar, with its 52 perfect weeks, ensures that holy days like the Sabbath always fall on the same day each year. This consistency is not just practical, it's seen as spiritually essential. By adhering to this precise schedule, humanity aligns itself with the rhythm of the universe and, by extension, with God's will. The significance of this sacred calendar goes beyond daily life. Jubilees implies that following God's calendar is a form of obedience, a covenant that binds humanity to the divine. Those who disregard this calendar, the book warns, risk falling out of sync with God's design, leading to what it describes as spiritual disorder. Imagine a world where every single day is perfectly in tune with a divine purpose. In Jubilees, time is more than a means to measure existence. It's a sacred element that keeps humanity aligned with God's cosmic plan. But how did this calendar come to be forgotten? And what might we gain by returning to this divine structure? The role of angels in creation. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Book of Jubilees is its portrayal of angels. According to Jubilees, angels were created even before the earth itself, during the very first day of creation. These celestial beings play a pivotal role throughout the narrative, acting as God's messengers, guardians, and enforcers of divine law. In Jubilees, angels are not passive observers. They are deeply involved in the functioning of the universe and are assigned specific roles that reflect the structure of God's creation. Jubilees divides the angels into different categories. Some are responsible for overseeing the natural order, such as the movements of celestial bodies. Others act as intermediaries between God and humanity, delivering divine messages and guiding the faithful. Most intriguingly, Jubilees describes the angels as guardians of time, ensuring that the sun, moon, and stars follow their divinely appointed paths. These celestial beings are tasked with maintaining the cosmic order, underscoring the importance of adhering to God's sacred calendar. In this framework, angels aren't just spiritual beings. They are integral to the structure of creation itself. Jubilees presents a world where angels work tirelessly to uphold God's order, a responsibility that includes guiding humanity towards spiritual alignment with divine laws. The presence of these powerful beings raises questions about the nature of reality. Could the angels' influence be a reminder that creation itself is a carefully crafted system, and that humanity has a responsibility to uphold this order? In Jubilees, the role of angels reflects a universe governed by divine principles, a reality that is, perhaps, much larger than we imagine. The solar calendar versus the lunar calendar, a controversial perspective. The calendar debate is one of the Book of Jubilees' most controversial points. Jubilees strongly advocates for a 364-day solar calendar, critiquing the lunar calendar that many ancient cultures, including the Israelites, eventually adopted. According to Jubilees, the lunar calendar is not simply a different way of marking time. It's a deviation from God's divine plan. The shifting dates of the lunar months cause holy days and Sabbaths to occur on inconsistent dates, disrupting the sacred order that God established. In Jubilees, this choice isn't just a matter of preference. It's a matter of spiritual alignment. The solar calendar aligns with God's original structure, ensuring that festivals and sacred observances remain constant. The lunar calendar, by contrast, is seen as a form of corruption that leads humanity away from divine order. This disapproval extends beyond practicality. Jubilees suggest that by following the lunar system, people risk falling out of harmony with God's will. Interestingly, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church still follows a calendar similar to the one described in Jubilees, maintaining the 364-day structure. This adherence to the solar calendar could be viewed as one of the few remnants of the ancient sacred time that Jubilees advocates for. By following the solar calendar, humanity could return to a divine rhythm, restoring a connection with God that has been lost. Could this emphasis on timekeeping be a call to realign with God's purpose? Jubilees proposes that the path to spiritual harmony lies in adhering to the solar calendar, suggesting that each day has a divine purpose, a perspective that has largely faded from modern views on time. A deeper creation story, humanity, and sacred laws. In Jubilees, the creation story expands to include details not found in Genesis. Beyond forming humanity, God imparts sacred laws to Adam, delivered by angels who serve as messengers of divine commandments. These laws encompass Sabbath observance, purity standards, and rules governing marriage and worship. This portrayal suggests that from the very beginning, humanity was meant to follow a code of conduct, one that aligns with divine principles upheld by angels. Jubilees emphasizes that these laws were not meant just for humanity, but were part of a cosmic covenant involving angels and humans alike. This framework presents the laws as more than guidelines for earthly life. They are elements of a celestial order that even angels observe. The Book of Jubilees underscores that following these laws is essential to maintaining harmony with the divine, a theme that echoes throughout the book. This interpretation adds a new dimension to the story of creation. Adam and his descendants are not only created beings, they are participants in a covenant that binds them to God's cosmic plan. By observing these commandments, humanity participates in a divine rhythm that spans heaven and earth. What if these laws, delivered by angels, were intended to connect humanity with the divine from the outset? Jubilees elevates human conduct to a cosmic level, where obedience to these laws ensures that humanity remains in alignment with the universal order established by God. The story of Cain and Abel, a sin with spiritual consequences. The story of Cain and Abel is a familiar one, but Jubilees provides added context that underscores the spiritual significance of this event. According to Jubilees, Cain's murder of Abel is not just an isolated act of violence. It's humanity's first major transgression against God's law, setting a precedent for disobedience and moral decay. This breach of divine law carries consequences that reverberate across generations. Jubilees presents Cain's sin as a cosmic violation, a departure from the laws that God had established. By choosing violence, Cain disrupts the divine order, symbolizing humanity's ongoing struggle with sin and the challenges of living in alignment with God's will. The book warns that such acts lead to spiritual disorder, a theme that recurs throughout Jubilees. This interpretation of Cain's story transforms it from a family tragedy into a cautionary tale for humanity. Jubilees implies that each sin has cosmic repercussions, affecting not only the individual, but also the harmony of creation itself. Could Cain's story serve as a warning about the far-reaching effects of disobedience? Jubilees reminds us that every action has a ripple effect, one that can disrupt the divine balance of the world. The flood and the covenant with Noah, lessons in purity and obedience. The story of Noah and the flood is one of the Bible's most well-known events, but Jubilees provides unique insights into this tale. Before the flood, the Book of Jubilees describes a world tainted by the influence of the Nephilim, the offspring of fallen angels and human women. This mingling of the divine and mortal introduces chaos, leading God to cleanse the earth with the flood. Afterward, God establishes a new covenant with Noah, emphasizing the importance of purity and obedience. Noah is instructed to observe the same sacred laws given to Adam, including the Sabbath and rituals of sacrifice. Jubilees suggests that following these laws is essential to avoiding the corruption that led to the flood, portraying them as part of an eternal covenant between humanity and God. Jubilees portrays the flood as a form of divine purification, a reset that restores the earth to its intended order. This interpretation suggests that humanity's role is to uphold this covenant by living in harmony with God's laws, a message that continues throughout the book. In Jubilees, the flood isn't just a punishment. It's a reminder of the importance of purity and obedience. By following Noah's example, humanity can avoid the kind of moral decay that once led to judgment. The Book of Jubilees offers a profound reinterpretation of biblical events, suggesting that creation, time, and divine laws are woven together into a cosmic plan. Its emphasis on the sacred calendar, the role of angels, and the need for obedience to divine laws presents a vision of the world that challenges mainstream beliefs. But for those willing to explore its message, Jubilees offers a path to restore humanity's alignment with God's original design.